Is it that the land is evil, or is it that people aren't doing the things that they were called to do?
Welcome to From the Script, a platform where authors, scribes, TV, film, and songwriters are able to peel back the letters of the stories and so much more. I am your host, Armourie, and I am so delighted to be here with you all today. I have a very special treat here with us, joining us all the way from ATL. Talk about he's an actor, he's an author, oh my goodness, he's a writer, he's a poet, and so much more. Please help me welcome my dear friend, Kentrell Wright. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. Oh my gosh, to have you in front of me. You are doing nothing but great things. So, we got to give the people what they want. How are you doing? And please let us know how you came to be about to where you are today.
Oh man. So today I feel pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel real good. And I don't know, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. Wasn't always right here, I'm originally from Louisiana.
Shout out to Louisiana, the boot.
Yeah, whoop, whoop. Yeah, but originally from Louisiana. Since then, I moved to Houston back in 2012.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And this is where things kind of started to shape here. So, Houston, shout out to Houston,
Okay,
shout out H-Town.
Hold it down.
Showing love.
What?
Appreciate that. But yeah, I started discovering different things. Well, things that I've always wanted to do with my life, but here I was able to, I feel like I was able to express it a little bit more. So, fast forward throughout the years, I started getting into acting, and the children's books came in about 2017, 18.
Mm-hmm.
So I started getting in that arena, the poetry arena. I got there in 2016. I've always written poetry since I was young.
Wow.
Right? But here, I think I had to do a play, and I had never been on stage before. So I was like, how do I get prepared for that? So that's when I started going to the poetry things heavy out here, and I started performing just to get comfortable. So I started off by doing that, and then it's people actually like my words. I'm like, all right, cool. So, and that's how that kind of started too. So.
Wow. See, I'm happy that you broke it down for me, because I don't know why I was thinking that you illustrated your book first, but you actually dived into poetry first. And so that's just amazing. What was that inspiring factor, or what was that defining moment that made you want to enter the poetry realm?
Just being like I said, I've always written poetry growing up, just always done it, just like it. I don't know, it's just had a thing for it. And of course, can't forget Love Jones.
Hello.
You see that was real cool.
Classic.
That definitely kind of it definitely gave it helped. It was like a seed. It sparked.
Wow.
So from that. But anyways, I was going to be in. It was Renee Rovon. She had this play called Two Can Play That Game. It was something like that.
Was it from a spinoff of the movie, or the actual Two Can Play That Game?
Nah, it was different. I don't know if it was women games. The games people play, or the games women play. I'm sorry, Renee, if you're hearing this. I butchered that thing. But anyways, she allowed me to take part in that play.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah. So I ended up getting one of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, I've never been on stage before, really. And so that's when I started like using my poetry to get on stage to perform.
Huh.
And it just made me comfortable. So by the time the play came, it was up. I was like, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's how that happened.
That is powerful. Talk about how one gift can spill over to the next gift, and that is just so pivotal. So I love the fact that you are an actor as well. And, when it comes to acting, a lot of people don't understand the intricate levels that someone has to go through when you get your script and you have to understand the character and being in that. What are some of the things that, you utilize, or some of the methods that, come easy to you when locking down your script or even just reading your script? What are some of those elements?
Oh, you want the sauce?
I want the sauce.
She
Give me
want
all the
sauce.
sauce.
Nah. The sauce. So basically, for me, I mean, I think everybody has their own way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
As for myself, you read. You just read. You read the character. Well, a lot of times when you read the script, the character pretty much pops up off the page.
That's good.
So you can kind of see who that person is. You just keep reading it over and over again, and then it's like, oh, I see who this person is, right? And then once you start doing stuff like that, you can you got to create a backstory. You got to give this character life, and just create a backstory. You give him moments in time, things that happened. You can do stuff like that. You can also you also got to understand your relationships, your relationship between that character and yourself, but also the relationships and the people that your character how your character deals with each and every person in that script. Because even in walking life, and you don't deal with everyone the same. Like, you don't deal with me the same way you deal with John, So you deal with us totally differently. Or you don't deal with him the way you deal with your brother or sister, if you have any. I'm not sure, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So you think about those relationships and you break that down too. You break the scene down, and you don't want to memorize. You want to try to be. So you read things so much to where it becomes a part of you.
Wow.
And so now, so that's some of it right there.
Huh. I love that. Literally from the script and just being that person and embodying that character.
Yes. You're not acting like it. You want to be. You want to be that person so you can actually live.
Oh, I love that.
You want to breathe.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I know I may be jumping around with my questions here, but I'm just letting everything flow. So out of all of the productions that you've been a part of, which one has been your favorite and why?
I had some favorites. Oh my God. Man.
We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings now.
Nah, for real. Like, hey y'all, like, I enjoyed every project that we did. Probably like one. I probably was like,
We know when we hear that, that means a little shaky.
But, but overall though, I appreciate and I respect your art. I respect everything about everybody that I work with.
Yes.
Seriously. And that they have the courage to put something out, because most people won't put things out.
That's so true.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
This episode of From the Script is brought to you by the Creators Guild HTX. Please be sure to tap in with them. They are the one-stop shop for podcasting, production, and so much more. If you are looking to book your next session, please visit theguildhtx.com and just tap in with them. You never know what visions you're able to bring to life with them. So let's get it.
I would say my last film was like that was like the one I enjoyed, like, for real. And I guess, I don't know, maybe it's because it's so fresh, but that one is the one that I think I enjoy, because I got to play around a little bit. I got to use different accents. I got to use, like, it was just the whole set, the whole cast was just like super cool. Everybody gelled, from the producers down to the writer, director. Like, everything was just amazing.
Now you said different accents.
Yes.
Can we hear a little accent?
Oh,
I mean, maybe we know we're gonna save it. We're gonna save it for the postscript. You know, that's what we'll do. We'll save it for the postscript. So make sure y'all tune into that. Okay.
Are you sure?
Oh,
What is it that you want to? No,
wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute. Okay. Y'all gonna be in for a special treat, best believe. Okay. Now that's very, very, very powerful. If you are comfortable, would you share a bit of insight about your most recent production that you were a part of?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't share too much,
Yeah,
but I
no,
can share a little bit. So basically, it's called If They Took Us Back.
Mm-hmm.
And we're basically asking you to forget everything you know about history.
Mm.
And so we took it from like after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Wow.
So it was like in 1963, forgive me, in 1863 when it was signed, Abraham Lincoln. And we did instead of all of the African Americans or black people from America, we actually went back to Africa.
I love
We
that.
did it from that point. Like we left, every last one of us left and went back to Africa. And then we stayed there for generations. But our ancestors told us to never return to this land because this land is evil.
Ooh.
So now, present day, white people are saying, hey, y'all, come back. We want to give y'all reparations. We want to give you all these things, right? All these niceties. But my character is struggling. He's deciding, does he go back and receive those things that his ancestors actually worked hard for, or stay in that land where he is struggling and battling with passing and not assimilating. So, but anyways, yeah. So that's what that is. And again, so if he comes back, it's basically you're a sellout and all this other stuff. But if he stays, is he still selling out? You know, all this stuff right there. And in that movie, she doesn't. Everything is based off of it's how you interpret it, right? It's not telling you a desired way that you should be. It's just making you think. It's a think piece. So it's basically like, hey, if you did go back, how would life be different now? You know, what would you be doing? And so you move from there. And I think I think that piece of that body of work is so monumental because I don't think that's something that we truly think about.
That's so true.
When we think about history, what we do, we keep talking ourselves in a circle over and over and over again. Yeah. And we're not getting anywhere with it. And so it's just a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. But I think this film in particular makes us think a little bit further. And so it's like, and then you figure it out.
That's powerful, especially from a personal perspective, with this past year being so transformational for me and transitional from our history and things that I've learned, things that I've acquired. And it has been blowing my mind, like how they mentioned just the land that we live in is a land of evil. And honestly, sad to say, there's a lot of evil things that take place here in America. And I think that we have to do our due diligence to research and learn where our history artifacts come from and learn where everything began, and what so that's just another conversation. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole just because I already know just how powerful that is. And it's mind-blowing, and it's low-key disheartening, to see a picture that was painted for us. And it's not until you develop that intimate relationship with our provider, with our source, that we're able to understand and have him unveil what needs to be unveiled, so that way we're able to have that true, deep knowledge of our roots and where we come from. And But you see me going off on a tangent. I don't even want to.
No, it's good. No, it's good though, because you think about it. You know, I know we said that this land is, like you just said a second ago. We thought about, but from the point of this land being evil. You know, is it the land? Is it that the land is evil, or is it that people aren't doing the things that they were called to do?
Come on, don't have me run.
So I think that's the issue. You know, we all pray to God. You know, you're like, God do, but God is like, yo, I gave you everything. Like, what you need to do. If you're going to just put it in God's hand, but no, God gave you something to do. And I think, me personally, that's a personal belief of mine. I feel like, you know, things get worse when you don't do the things that God told you to do.
Amen.
So that's what,
so true.
You know.
That is so true. So true. You just hit a good point, especially because you mentioned, is it the land or is it the people not doing what they're supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's very pivotal. Oh my gosh. Okay, see, let me run it back for myself, because I will go ahead and just, you know, one thing about me is I will go off on a tangent, especially when I'm passionate about speaking about something. And that has been just so pivotal in my life this past year. So that's right on point. Wow. So that's deep. Let me just kind of recalibrate for a second. Oh man, so we've tapped on the fact that you are a poet. You know, do you have any favorite poets out there?
Oh man, that's this brother that's actually here from that's this brother that's actually here in Houston. His name is Red Lion. Love him. Red Lion, Marcus Lee, Karega Ani. Man, I know you want to hear the greats. Like, I know you want to hear Maya Angelou and Dr. Maya Angelou and everything like that. But, you know, right now, for the people who I can think of, like, yeah.
Red Lion?
Yeah.
And they in Houston, so.
Yeah, they're right here.
I love that.
So I'm going to give them from the city today.
Yeah, shout out to the age.
Yeah, shout out to the age. But shout out to Dr. Maya Angelou as well.
She's my favorite.
Yeah. Yes. May our soul continue to bloom flowers.
I know.
Yeah, for sure.
She was pivotal, you know, in a lot of things, you know, just the author, her poetry, just even with her even gracing the TV screen with her presence has been very, very pivotal. Wow. So we tapped on that you were a poet. We tapped on that you were an actor. Now, the author in you, just like your book, perfect, just like you. And this, I see that you're on the second edition. Please help us just gain more insight about what inspired you to birth Perfect, just like you.
Oh, let me see. What can I tell you about Perfect, Just Like You?
All of it. I'm playing because we want them to tune in.
Nah. So basically, I tell you what it is. Perfect, Just Like You is it's more of a healing tool.
I love
So
that.
it's children who struggle with racism, any disability or disease, low self-esteem, bullying, self-hate. I touch on topics such as hair, skin, eyes, height, weight, abilities. There's a message sent with care that speaks to child molestation and suicide prevention. We have affirmations, a place to put their pictures, their names, mental health resources, sight words to strengthen their vocabulary, and a curriculum in there, a small mini curriculum. All these characters have a meaning. This is Chloe, Darius, Camila, Kalia, Jules, Jade, and Mateo. That's Mr. Scruggs. This is Shine Your Light, Remain Powerful, Embrace Change, Love Stronger, Become Your Best Self, Aim High, Create Balance. And I use the puzzle pieces to show that everybody's connected in some way, shape, or form, but we all different. And it's important that we love and embrace our own differences, that we can respect, acknowledge, and embrace the differences of others.
My God.
That was a lot in one thing.
My God, but that was so on point. And that is just, I can't stop looking at the cover of the book, especially because I love how you broke down that every one has a unique puzzle piece, but we all fit together to form this big picture.
Mm-hmm.
And this is very pivotal because people don't realize that children go through a lot of mental just struggles with trying to feel accepted, you know, whether they're amongst their peers, whether they're in the midst of their family. And for you to create this platform and create an outlet for them to not only speak affirmations to themselves, but to also just encourage them along their journey. Like, this is very mind-blowing. I don't see a lot of individuals pouring back into the younger generation. And for you to be able to do that, that is very powerful. And I think that that's where a lot of things start, you know, pouring into the youth, giving them that outlet to make them feel okay to be their true, authentic self. So I would love to know, like, in your opinion, how important is it for children to understand and believe that?
To be poured into?
Yeah, poured into, embrace their true, authentic self, and just be perfect, just like they are.
Oh man, that is like, that's. I think that knowing and understanding who you are, I think is so beautiful, right? And loving on yourself is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I think we have to teach our children to embrace themselves, because everything that we see, everything is marketing around us, basically. Mm-hmm. You know, and everything is there to grab our to grab our attention. You know, and that's just what it is. It's just marketing. It's not bad or it's not good or anything. You know, it's just what it is. Mm-hmm. You know, we have companies, we have, you know, we want to pull you in. That's the name of it. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when children see images, mm-hmm. Or the image, mm-hmm. that, you know, they see images and they're impressionable. Mm-hmm. Basically, at a certain age, children are very impressionable. So they see certain images and they're like, wow, that image looks cool. Mm-hmm. Wow, I wish I could look like that, or I wish I could be like that. But if there's no one there telling them, like, hey, you need to gain that self-confidence within yourself, so that way you can still like that and you can still appreciate that.
I love that.
You know, but get up and here, get this done first. Mm-hmm. And so you need material, and we need stuff to put that in that, and it doesn't matter what color the child is, you know, at all. I'm all down for like celebrating differences, you know, diversity and celebrating differences, because you're a different color or whatever it is that you identify as. That don't mean that you and I can't be friends or you know be allies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and I think we make it out of a I think we just need to do better. That's what I'm gonna say right there. We just need to do better. It doesn't call for like a sermon or anything, but I just think we can. So every day we could choose to do something great.
That's powerful. Yeah. Just do better.
Just do better. That's it.
Just do better. Ooh. Yeah. And please forgive me for earlier. I know I mentioned illustrated, and that's something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
You wrote it, so please excuse me, y'all. Y'all see I be struggling, but hey, we're here. You know, we're human.
Yeah, the illustrator on this book is Starvos Pierce. Mm-hmm. He's out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Hey, shout out to BR. That's where I went to college.
Oh, for real? Where you went to?
Southern University.
Okay.
Go Jags. Woo,
that's
woo.
What's up. Okay, cool.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit.
You're a blessing, a true light for others to follow. And it's good that you have created this book, this platform. If you had to choose two elements from that book, what would they be and why, as far as just key factors?
Two of them out of the book. Definitely, first thing I would say about skin. You know, I would, you know, I think that's something that we all know, that just because you're a certain color, you get treated a certain way.
Facts.
And
Crazy.
so I think, and again, that's part of the differences, right? It shouldn't be that way, but you know, it's pretty sad that that's just what it is. So I would teach people confidence. You know, I think having confidence and the value of loving on yourself and loving the skin that you're in. I think that's a beautiful thing that everybody should really just embrace it, right? Embrace. The other thing is the mental health part of it, like the child molestation, suicide prevention, that part of it, because, man, it's a lot up in there. But I would say that probably should have been the first thing, because it ruins people's lives. You know, and when that happens to children and, you know, even adults that I've known, you know, so many people have been molested and touched on, you know, since they were children. They were raped, you know, and they're survivors, the survivors of it. And, you know, that stuff follows them throughout their entire lives. So, yeah, I would think that people should know that that's not okay. It's not okay to violate another human being or anyone, or anything, you know. So, because you're doing more than just, you know, damaging them in that moment. It's like, this is a lifelong thing that happens, you know. So these people have to find therapy and figure out ways to cope with life, and you know, it's a lot. So not trying to go super heavy with it, but it's just saying, you know, it's a thing.
No, it seriously is a thing, and no need to, you know, say sorry, not trying to go too heavy with it, because it's an actual prevalent topic that people don't get a chance to discuss, or even like certain major networks, they're afraid to even touch on, just because how people may react. But it's a true thing that we have to pay attention to. We have to be able to stand up and be there for the community, be there for the children, let them know, like, hey, it's okay. You know, we can go through this journey together. And that's just mind blowing. Mind blowing. I also noticed that you are very active in the community. I know that you visit schools and you give them insight about Perfect Just Like You, and you really like pour into the children. Can you share a little bit of insight about that?
Yeah. So I'm not as active as I would like to be, because you know, sometimes it takes a lot. You gotta go through a lot to get in there sometimes. But when I do it, it's I have the time of my life. You know, you get to see the children and how they interact with you. They're so curious, and then when you hear them speak, and I give them an opportunity to say something, or ask them about the book or whatever, like, they just glow. And they say things that you wouldn't expect to come from a 7-year-old or 8-year-old or whatever. So there's a story that it's I did. I think it was Philip's kids tutoring. I went there, and there was this little boy. I don't remember his name, but anyway, he was super cool. And after it was over, he walked up to me and he said, "Here," he said, "I got you something," and he gave me a car. Like a little toy car. Cute. And I was like, "Nah, man." I said, "I don't want your car, bro. You know, here, thank you though." And I gave it back to him. And so I finished doing what I was doing. And then when I went home later on, I dumped out my bag, and that little car was in my bag.
Really?
So he made sure he put it in my bag. And to this day, I keep that car inside of my car. Oh. Yeah, so it's cool. Like, and that happened back in 2000. I would say 2019 or something. Yeah, it was cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love having moments like that are so cherishable. And they have so much just weight attached to it. One small thing can just brighten up someone's day. And here you are, literally still holding on to that car. And it's just a reminder of how you are encouraging the community and how you're encouraging these younger generations, and that's very powerful. So I just gotta applaud you real quick because you're doing great things.
Appreciate you. And this is and also Perfect Just Like You isn't just for children as well as for adults too. So sometimes I go to nursing homes.
Oh, wow.
And I'll read to the elderly up in there.
Really?
I've done that. Yeah, I like that too because they love it. You know, it's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
helps them tap back into that inner child. You know, even if there are things that, like you said, people carry just traumatic experiences with them all throughout their life, and that book could be that defining moment that helps them be healed. You said it's a healing tool, and that's what I really, really love that you mentioned. Can you share a bit of insight about, you know, how it is that healing tool and the power of being healed?
Well, it's just basically once you, when you touch on situations that people have gone through, right? There may be things about, let's say your mother. I've never met your mother before. She might have like big hands or something. She might think that her hands are like extremely big, right? But that came from when she was a child. People probably teased her, teased her a lot, told her that her hands were big, and she held on to that for her entire life. So she was always insecure about that. And so here she is now. She reads Perfect Just Like You. And we go into a topic about the hands or the body, and she's like, she cries because she remembers down to that moment when someone told her that her hands were too big, and you know, she just didn't feel like she was beautiful or something because of it. You know, and I think it releases something from you at that point. Yeah. And so, you know, we have so many things that that we deal with in a normal life, and sometimes those things aren't directly from you. There's something called I think it's called like transgenerational trauma, and so that might be something that, you know, your grandmother probably went through, and you know, you don't even know why you're scared of water. You know what I'm saying? You're scared of water, and you probably never been around water a day in your life. You always avoided it. And it's probably something because your great-grandmother probably almost drowned or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So you just never know. So just unpacking stuff.
I love that. Helping us become the best versions of ourselves.
Yes.
I love that. Ooh, so we're going to make a quick transition. So one of my favorite parts of the show is it's a game that we play. It's called Underrated or Overrated, where I'll toss out some categories and you just let me know if you think it's underrated or overrated, and you just let me know in a matter of 7 seconds.
What I have a middle one. I could be like, pass.
I mean, hey, you know, we never know. We don't even keep up with the time like we're supposed to. I need to start putting the clock right there.
All right, let's go. Let's see.
Okay, let's see. So the first one is the Drake and Kendrick diss. Overrated or underrated?
Oh, that's those people's business. Gotta stay out of that. I don't want no smoke with nobody.
Hello?
That's their business. Next.
I don't blame you. Smart businessman. Businessman. Smart. Social media.
I'm on the fence about it. Underrated. Because the power that it, I don't think people realize how powerful it really is.
That's true. That's so true. I feel like I'm with you. Like, I'm on the fence about it as well. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I'm like, but I think it's just probably a transition that I have to kind of like weed out things that aren't serving me on my timeline, as far as just pouring in from a positive perspective and then just going from there. So I agree. Okay. I love that. Okay. The next one, audiobooks.
Underrated.
Okay.
Because you can get because we all learn differently, right? Some people, when they read, some people can't really just can't take it in.
Yeah.
But if you listening to it, it might help you a little bit. I prefer to read though, but yeah. But I think underrated. I think they have a place. They definitely serve a place.
I agree.
You know.
Touche. And the last but not least, Tubi.
Underrated.
Run it back. Help me understand why.
Because it's a powerful platform. Like, you know, we look at it as people just uploading any kind of movie on it, which some people are just uploading any kind of movie on it. But you have to understand is like, think about the viewership. You know, think about how powerful that is to get your creativity out there. You just getting your creativity just out there as a platform for it, and everybody love it. Even though some of the movies are like, has artistic value of some sort.
Okay.
Right? I would, you know, and it's valued by, you know, those who value it, you know, but it's still a great platform because it gives people the opportunity to be able to share their work, and it's easily accessible. And so that's power in that. So think about all the numbers that people are watching, because, you know, everybody doesn't want to go to a certain platform because they may have to pay that right there. They don't have to pay it, and they have like, you know, because not all the material on there is like bad quality, but I think it's super powerful. It gave people voices, the voiceless voices. So yeah, it's totally underrated, and I think that it's gonna be one of the biggest platforms.
That's very powerful. I'm happy that you shared that, because that helped me bring just a different perspective to that, and it helped me just quiet the chaos or quiet the noise of what others may have said. And I love that you said it provides a platform for the voiceless to share their work, to share their artistry, to share the things that they're doing, because it's a struggle to trying to get anything on any, whether that be a streaming platform like Netflix or Hulu or just any, or we're just gonna maybe cut that out just so that way I don't get canceled or anything like that. But that's powerful. Yeah. Okay, cool. See, that was easy breezy, you know? Yeah. Even though you kind of passed on the first one, but I understand, you know, the businessman, I understand.
I'm not messing with that.
I know that's right.
I'm not messing with nobody's business. Yeah, you know.
You look, my name Bennett and I ain't in it. That's
right.
What they say. Oh my goodness. So what's next for you? What do you have coming down the pipeline? Is there another book that's coming out?
Yeah, I actually have several books that's coming out.
Ooh, exciting.
Working on getting them out this year.
Okay.
But most importantly, I'm working on my TV show.
Ooh.
I have a TV show for that right there. So, you know, if y'all want to donate anything to the cause, you can go on click my link in my bio at I am Kentrell Wright. I have a GoFundMe link up in there. You guys can kind of just donate, help me get that project out. It's a beautiful project. I think it's going to help a lot of people. Then I also, it should be on my other page too, at Perfect Just Like You 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Is there anything else that you would like to leave our listeners with? Any advice or just anything that you felt on your heart to share?
You only die when you run out of choices.
Ooh.
Yeah. So make sure that you choose every day. Yeah.
Dropping gems.
Yeah.
Talk about dropping gems this entire episode. This is, Ooh, y'all, this is powerful. Well, I thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I know that you are traveling, you're here on business, and so I appreciate you just gracing our presence and helping us, just along this journey and allowing us to find out more information about Perfect Just Like You. So I appreciate you for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for having me. Seriously, this was wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that was a wrap for From the Script. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Remember, do not forget to be bold, don't fold, and come through the fire as gold. We out.
Oh, I like that.